Well, you get to see everybody and all the people that are involved with A&M. This is my first time in here. This is a wonderful setting to do one of these. This is a heck of a building right here. The first time I've ever been in here. So it's just great to meet with the people and see everybody in a more relaxed mode, and everybody's looking for the upcoming season.
What's the message tonight?
Same thing. Be fundamentally sound, do what you got to do, and don't look too much into it, and do what's right each day.
Is the roster set now?
No, that's ever changed. The roster is going to keep changing all the way, probably till camp, because you can still sign guys. I mean, so could it be set? Yes. Could it be exactly where it's at today? Yes. Could it be changed tomorrow? Yes. I mean, there's nobody leaving, but there could be guys. You can still have guys added into what you do.
To that end, I know across someplace in the SEC they've introduced kind of the general manager as a part of the backroom staff. Is that something that? How does your?
I do what now?
A general manager position.
What's their general manager position? Mark does a ton of things, but then you have a head of recruiting. You have two, three people in recruiting. What people call each person is a big difference compared to what their job assignments are. They could call them whatever. So. And
I know you said you've been able to kind of take that a little bit more of a CEO role. How is that carried over into that player personnel department with what you're?
Well, I've always done the player personnel department. I'm just spending more time there because of the portal and the more things you're doing. And right now, you're in a recruiting mode every day. Since April, March, when March opened back up, you were in a visit every day that it was here. And then once April 15th or wherever that date was that weekend, you had official visits every weekend, and so usually 2 to 4 during the week. So it's a non-stop thing. April, May, and June is more intense in recruiting probably than December and January.
To that end, how do you kind of balance with these new rules coming into effect? My understanding, unlimited number of official visits kids can take, and just what that does.
Well, that's for what has changed for them, but hasn't changed for us. We still have 56, so nothing's changed on our part. We just had to be very selective and make sure kids aren't taking visits just to take visits if they have interest in what you're doing and the school, which is most of them do. And I think they will change our visit list in the future to add more. They have to, because the kids' visits are going up, so your visits are going to, your number of you can receive are going to have to go up. But our rules have stayed the same.
How do you feel about what you've been able to do in the transfer portal so far?
Very good.
This offseason?
I mean, we like the guys we've gotten. We're very excited about the guys we've gotten. Now, getting them here and getting them acclimated to what we do and how we do it.
Has the transfer portal diminished the importance of high school recruiting at all?
I don't think it's diminished, but it's affected. It affects big time. I mean, the kids you sign, I think it's affected guys that certain schools, especially schools not in the Power 5, I think they're waiting a lot of times and not taking high school kids they would normally take to see what falls out of the Power 5s and other schools that they can take. And even in a Power 5 guy, you may take a more experienced transfer from a lesser guy because he's had 2 or 3 years of college experience if you have a direct need at that time. So it has changed high school recruiting, there's no doubt. And it doesn't help high school recruiting. And that's just one of the things I don't like about. I mean, I love the portals, it's great in a lot of areas, and it's great for kids to transfer, but I do think it hurts the number of kids that are signed.
How do you maintain that relationship with some of the high school coaches when you know?
Yeah, nothing's changed on that part. I mean, we still spend as much time with them, talking to them, evaluating them, being with them, but that'll never change.
Jimbo, you had to play an awful lot of freshmen last year for various reasons. Over the past year, can you look at those guys or most of those guys and see a significant difference in them?
I mean, just in their confidence level, because they've went out and played significant snaps in front of 100,000 people. I mean, that's a big jump when you actually know you can go out and win games. Then having success at the end of the year and winning the LSU game, winning the match, and being so close in the others, but knowing how to get over the hump. There's no doubt what our Achilles heel last year with, having guys hurt, having to play young guys was a tough thing at times. I think will really benefit us coming in the future.
Jimbo, you talked about how quick a program can kind of flip the switch. What gives you confidence that this year is going to be that rebound year?
Well, I think we have confidence in guys. We believe in our guys. The leadership's been really good. Spring ball's been really good. And it wasn't like we were one score away from all those games. It's not like it's major. It's like you can go that quick that way. You can flip it right back and find those plays. It's about finding the inches. It's about finding and finding those plays at critical moments in the game, and hopefully that experience and what we did. And the things I liked about us in spring, I said all year, was how competitive we were and how energetic we were in practice. There was never a day in practice in the spring that you went, okay, we got to kick them in the butt a little bit today because they're low in energy, and which happens at times on teams you have. We never had one of those days in the spring. Guys were really energetic to play and compete.
what excites you about the 9 freshmen you got coming in a couple weeks?
Well, I mean, that they're new, and it's just always new to watch a young man adjust to the college scene. I mean, the big thing is don't put too much pressure on them, but also don't underestimate them. Just let them be who they are and what they do. Let them adapt, and the leadership of the team will help them get to where they got to go. And it's always great to watch new kids come in, and all of a sudden their starry eyes and their dreams start to become reality. It's fun to watch.
One more. What stands out to you about DJ Hicks in particular?
About who?
DJ Hicks.
I mean, you know, we recruit him. You can watch the film. I mean, he's big, he's athletic, he's strong. But the other thing, he's a guy who loves to compete. He loves football, and he loves all aspects of football. And what I mean by that is, if he's got to lift and run, I mean, he is eat up with football. He's watching film all the time. He's lifting, he's running, and doing a lot of things that I always say guys like to play football, but sometimes doing all the things you have to do to be good at football is not always fun. DJ likes those things. When you have that kind of talent, you have those kind of work habits, usually you have a very, very good football player.